Good afternoon, everybody. It is Wednesday, March 27th, 2024. It is 6:19 p.m. I started, and I've done this video twice because I had the wrong settings. And so it was on like a hyper thing. And so when I go to play it, it goes, I was like, oh yeah, that's my life. But it's okay. We're going to do this again, okay? I wanted to let you guys first know that this is not my testimony video. Because I know that I had said my next video would be my testimony video. But we had to put some pieces together in order for me to be ready to do my testimony. And I am going to put some pieces together for you. And then we're going to see what God is going to tell us as I'm putting these pieces together. Okay? All right. So, gosh, this is so weird, you guys. Things have been crazy for like the past 48 hours. First of all, I have a Facebook page. My Facebook page is my private page. And so those are my peeps. Those are people who've known me or are really good friends with me, you know, either physically, mentally, spiritually. We all connect some way, somehow, but those are my peeps, okay? And so I post some things like the music that I'm listening to or verses or, whatever the case may be. And I post some things. Well, what we are starting to see is as I'm posting things on Facebook, they're starting to add up, and then I'll go and I'll video about some of the things, and so it's all kind of coming together. All the pieces are coming together. So I know that you guys can't see the Facebook part, but there's a reason for that, I think, and so I'm going to explain that to you. If we are going to be disciples if we're going to be disciples and we're going to do this, there are going to be bits and pieces that other people don't get to know because we have to know if everything that they're saying is truth. Okay? Maybe that's why Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John all told their story from their perspective, yet it all added up, right? It was all basically the same story, only from their points of view. Correct? Well, my people on my Facebook get to know me a little bit deeper. They get to know me a little bit more personally. They get to know me, a little bit more vulnerable because those are my peeps, right? And as we go and as my videos go, I'm beginning to be a little more vulnerable in a bigger scale, correct? But the fun part about all of this is that as they are watching me on my Facebook and they're seeing some things add up, then I get to come on here and they go, holy cow, because they get to see it all in a bigger picture. They get to see all the pieces come together. And so then I get on my video and I try to explain that to you guys. With that being said, please go back and watch my other videos because then this is going to make more sense to you. No, I'm not doing this for fame. No, I'm not doing this for money. No, I am not this, that, every other negative word curse, anything that you want to say against me. I'm done. Knock it off. I am doing this because God has asked me to. I'm doing this because apparently I have a purpose that I do not yet know of. And so I am boldly doing something and showing and putting pieces together, and we're all seeing God's hands in all of this. Okay? And I want to help people physically, mentally, and spiritually. And so I guess this is my way of kind of being like a life coach in some ways. I don't really know. I'm just going with this and I'm just going to keep on going. Okay? So I want to sum up for you the past 48 hours or so. Okay? And, but if you go back and watch my videos, you'll see that every video I'm adding stuff up. But if I keep talking about all that, then I'm going to lose what I'm talking about now, and then the video is too long, and then it's stupid. So I have to keep going, okay? So y'all are just going to have to start catching up with me because we're going, and we're flowing, and things are moving, okay? And they're moving fast, all right? And I'm going to show you how. March 24th, Sunday, March 24th, I did a video that God had told me that it was time to tell my testimony. And I went, nope. And I'm still saying, nope. I'm telling you that right now. I am totally being disobedient. I don't want to. I don't want to do this. I don't want to tell my testimony. And I had to find in myself, why do I not want to tell my testimony? Because that means that I have to tell it bigger. Because I've been telling my testimony in small increments and here and there, and people hear things here and there, right? But for me to come on camera and tell my testimony, vulnerable and raw and real, is me confessing my sins. And you only have to confess your sins to God. You are absolutely correct. If that's as far as I want to get with God. But if I want to grow and I want to help, I cannot help more people if I don't tell my story bigger. If I don't put all the pieces together and tell my testimony that could probably help somebody else in that raw form, then they can feel what I'm feeling because I understand them and they understand me, correct? So that's what's happening next for me. And I am preparing for this. God is preparing me for this. But mind you, go back to Sunday and watch that video that I posted that I didn't want to do this. And I'm still telling you all I don't want to do this, but by the time you all are done with this, you're going to find out I have no choice. Okay? That's exactly where I'm going with this. You're going to find out we have no more choices. I don't have a choice. Okay? That's what I'm saying. So, I posted that. God's telling me I got to do my testimony. Monday morning, pouring rain here. I live in East Texas. Pouring rain. I mean, it was ridiculous. And there's the heaviness and there's the laziness, the this and that. So I got myself into a little pity party and I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm done. I put in the towel. I'm just going to live earthly. I'm just going to live in my flesh and I don't really care what happens anymore because I'm done and I throw in the towel. I don't want to do this anymore. This is too hard. This is too much. It's overwhelming. I don't want to keep going. I'm doing this alone. I don't want to do this alone anymore. I don't want, I went through all the things and I've said all the stupid crap to myself over and over again, right? Probably within an hour, I have a friend Val, and my friend Val and I are spiritually connected. And I talk about her in one of my posts. My kayak is docked at her dock, and I actually talk about how her and I became spiritually in real time. And so you'll have to go back and look at those posts or those videos that I did. Val messages me and she says, Psalms 119 is on my heart. She goes, and something like, and go to, oh my gosh, if I lose power. Okay. And go to Psalms 119 and then 120 to 140. And I said, so basically 119 to 140. If you would like to know more about my journey, you want to go deeper, you want to understand the confirmations and how they come to me, open your Bible, go read at least Psalms 119. It's very short. I mean, short. Okay. And I posted it on my Facebook with a picture of it. Okay. So my peeps are seeing this. So I posted that and I hysterically started crying. I was on my knees. I'm so sorry that I'm questioning you. I don't know what to do. I am your vessel. Let's go. What are we doing? Okay. So everything changed. Okay. So Val is my spiritual person right now. And she hears from God to give me a push, to give me, biblically, so I can hear from God in the Bible. Okay. Tuesday, my friend Jen comes over to my house. My friend Jen is one of my spiritual guides, my spiritual advisors in person. But she helps me internally, and we talk about biblically the mental, where you're at, how deep you go. I mean, her and I go real deep as far as pulling stuff out of me. Okay, so she's my therapy. She's my therapist biblically. Okay, but I am also her therapist biblically. And I help her as much as she helps me. There is nobody better than somebody else. We don't always agree on things. We don't always agree on things in the Bible. The way that they're looked at, her belief is a little bit different than mine, but we listen to one another. But she has opened her eyes and her ears enough to hear my language. So when she talks to me, she goes, in the Bible, don't they talk about this? So this is where you're at. And this is what God is trying to tell you. Okay? So we're here, right? She does not, I'm going to repeat this, does not watch my videos on purpose. Jen, it is 9:55. The reason that I am saying that is Jen has agreed that she will post a comment on here saying that yes, that is true. She's a witness to that. She is telling you truth that she does not watch my videos. If you're saying that all of this is a debunk and that I'm a liar, I will challenge you, because I can tell you that all my peeps on my Facebook know point blank that everything that I have been saying to this point is truth and is not a lie. Okay? I have many witnesses. You all with me still? Let's go. So, she's sitting here, she does a reading, and she says to me, you have to tell your whole testimony. And she goes, you have to go deeper, and you need to go bigger with it. I lost my poop. She didn't know about the video that I had done on Sunday. She didn't know any of that yet. I don't tell her anything. I want her to spiritually grow. So I help her spiritually grow by knowing things and not telling her, so that she knows and she can discern, and that's her confirmation that she's hearing from God. We don't all talk to each other on a regular basis so that we all know that we're hearing from God and that we're hearing from God correctly and we're all aligning spiritually. And so we help each other grow spiritually, but mentally, her and I are also helping each other grow biblically. Are you with me still? So I break down and I'm hysterically crying, and she says, what is going on? And I tell her, she loses her shiz. And she's like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want it. This is not my bra boy. It's my sports bra. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. I'm finished. This is stupid. Like, we both kind of had a freak out moment. Like, this is too real. This is too much. But then you kind of go, holy cow. I want to know more. You want to build this relationship with God because you're watching it and you're seeing it and you're going, holy cow, right? Let me give you a little bit of background about Jen so you understand how God can use anybody. And I know that she won't mind me sharing this with her because I'm so proud of her. Jen is a recovering meth addict. She has been recovering meth addict now for over a year. She has been fighting the system to get her children back and has done everything that she's supposed to do, but she was living in fear of the person who has her children. And she's fighting an enemy unlike anything that anybody can even comprehend and understand. This person will not budge. So she had to get a lawyer to help her. Her lawyer, this is so weird, is not only a believer, but is working towards fighting the CPS system and going head to head with them on the things that are wrong and how what they're doing to our children. And separating families the way that they are. But I think that what's happening is that she needed a case like Jen's in order to do that. She wins 99% of her cases, or she won't take them. And she's a bulldog when she needs to be a bulldog, and she's a sweetheart and will listen to Jen and talk to Jen. But she also will come to Jen and say, hey, this is what they said. And then she lets Jen get angry. She lets Jen do whatever. And she's like, let me know what you think. And then Jen will call me. She'll talk to her husband. She'll talk to her peeps. She'll do what she needs to do. We help her. We guide her. She sits. She listens to God. And she goes, and she makes a logical decision and goes back to the lawyer. And the lawyer goes, that's exactly what I would have done too. Let's do this. And they're aligning on how to fight spiritually. Okay? So, that was Tuesday. And that was Jen. And Jen and I hang out at least once a week. Because for those of you who don't know, I work from home. And there are a lot of peeps that have been jealous of my job and what I do and that I work from home. Well, let me give you a little bit bigger picture of working from home and what that looks like. When you go and do a function for your kids and they pull your children out of school and you can't go to the function because they're working against you, and you're a recovering alcohol addict, alcohol, meth, whatever you're recovering from, isn't it really hard to stay sober in that moment? Don't you need somebody to reach out to, a sponsor or a friend or somebody who knows that when you call, they're going to pick up that phone? I pick up the phone because I work from home. Can I come over? Absolutely. I work from home. And she can vent and she can do what she needs to do, and and all these things are going against her, and we're working through it together, and I'm helping her out, and all this stuff. And I'm working, and then she takes a breather and she does whatever, and I'm working, and we kind of go back and forth with this. Excuse me. But we're helping each other. And so God has given me the luxury from working at home so that I can help others more. Okay? We all on this now? Are we all getting where this is going with this? You sacrifice so that God can line some things up for you. And if you don't know my journey, you haven't followed my journey, you should really follow how I even got to working from home. There's a whole thing to this. My whole journey has bigger pieces to it, you guys. So that's Tuesday. She leaves. I'm on my knees. I'm hysterical. I'm your vessel. I give in. I give up. Whatever you want, God. I will do whatever you want, because he straight up told her to tell me I need to do my testimony. I still don't want to do my testimony, y'all. I know I'm being disobedient. But I'm thinking maybe it's just not time yet. I must be having to work through something else. And that's what I kept thinking. And I was apologizing to God. I'm like, I'm sorry that I'm not doing my testimony. I don't want to be this vulnerable. I was like hysterical about it all, you guys. And so then this morning, I wake up. I'm in a great mood. Things are good. Something happens. And the devil did a little bit of playing with me, and I lost it for a second. And I had to call Jen because she is able to answer me anytime. And so I call her. She talks me off the cliff. We work some stuff out. We do some stuff. I have my little pity party. I go back to work. I do what I have to do. And then I go to my knees. And I am on my knees, and I said, I'm done. I'm letting this go. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Show me trust. Show me how to trust. I don't know if I'm discerning correct or not. I don't know, and I need you to show me, because I don't know where to go from here, and I'm feeling like I'm in confusion, because I feel like I feel like there's what's happening in front of me is not what I'm seeing. And I go, who's playing me? Are you showing me so that I know to stay away? Or is the devil showing up and I'm trying to discern this, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on, because I'm going, what I feel and what I think I see is not what I'm seeing. And I go, I don't understand this. I have to let it go. I have to give it to God. I have to just be like, okay, God, you're going to show me. I'm going to know. Things are going to come together. The puzzle pieces are going to come together. I don't have all the puzzle pieces to this yet, you all. I don't. Okay? Just be clear with this. But I let it go. And the weight lifted off, the freedom that I have, everything in me changed. I got a pep in my step. I put on my headphones. I'm cleaning. I'm doing my thing. I'm having a good old time and the whole bit. And I let stuff go. And I'm like, awesome. I'm like, this is amazing. And so then a song came on, and I heard it, and it was called Enemy. And I had heard it before, but I never really listened to the words to it. I don't know who it's by, but it goes like, my only enemy is me. So I don't know who sings that, but that's the song that came on. And I was like, enjoy. And I was like, yes. Okay, God, I hear you. We're going here. The whole bit. He said, speak truth in boldness. And he said this to me. Let me rewind a little. He said this a little bit to me when I was in my pity party. Sorry, I have to go back. I went too far ahead. He said this to me when I was in my pity party, and he says, you need to speak truth. And I go, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they don't want to receive it, if they don't want to listen, if they just want to have that wall up, and I'm wasting my breath. I'm wasting my time. And I was in my pity party, mind you. Well, God gave me a strength, and he gave me a boldness, and boom, with my texts. And the weight and everything lifted, and I felt free, and I felt good, and I felt bold, and I was going, and I'm like, it's all up to you, God. I'm letting go because you have something better for me. There's something more for me. There's something that I am worthy of, that I'm going to keep going. Okay? Then I put my headphones on, I'm doing this, and the song Enemy comes on. And I am praising, and I'm going, I am worth it. The only person that I'm fighting is my demons in my mind. Is all these devils sitting on this shoulder. That's what I'm fighting. I'm fighting myself. I'm fighting on my own self-worth. I'm fighting who God says I am. I am fighting internally. Mentally, internally, my heart and my mind are fighting each other. So this song comes on, and I am going, and I am bold. And here I am now, sitting with you. There is a post, and I'm going to explain to you guys a little bit more about aligning spiritually. There is a post that I posted on my Facebook last night. And I have a friend, Elisa. And Elisa and I have never met in person. Ever. And she will probably testify to this at some point. She lives in Las Vegas. I'm in Texas. When I was leaving the cult and I was at a very low point and I lost everybody and everything and I wanted to come back and I couldn't, and I was fighting the cult leader, and I mean it was there's so much to this. And they were and we were going back and forth. She was following her and she was going to take some of her classes. And I was led to message her on Facebook and say, hey, I really need some prayers. I'm fighting some things right now. And her response to me was, that is so weird. God has been telling me that I am going to be praying for more people. And you're the third person this week to message me and tell me that. I can't make this stuff up, you guys. I am telling you. She became my spiritual person. She was my go-to in that season where I was at because she knew that leader, but she only knew her through YouTube. So she got a different perspective of who that person was through me. For God to open her eyes and see things differently as well. And she was my go-to. She was my, my whole thing. And then God gave her words. And just like my friend Val, who is now my spiritual person and my confidant and my person that spiritually keeps me going, she was that in that season for me. And if you go back and you look at my videos, she was an evangelist that I talked about, who she helps the homeless and she helps people and she heals people, and God leads her to people to where I posted on my Facebook that she helped somebody physically start to heal. Because that's her purpose and that's her calling. But she had to be able to discern God in a season and listen to him in order to move forward in her purpose and her calling. Her and I don't talk very often at all. We just now watch each other on Facebook. And every once in a while, we'll send a message of encouragement to one another. Or, hey, I saw that post. Congratulations. I can't believe what God is doing. Like, we're encouraging one another now. There's a post that she showed me last night, and she sent it to me in Messenger, and I posted on my Facebook, but believe it or not, I can't find it now. But her name is Krista Elisha, Christaelisha. She posted, and it sounds pretty dark, and I'm not going to lie. It's a hard thing to swallow, but I'm going to show you how God is working. So she is having a hard time getting out what she has to say on here, and you can tell she's a wreck, and she is totally convicted in this moment, and she is a hot mess, and she is coming at you bold, and you have seen videos of me being a hot mess, and we come at you natural, in our natural vulnerable form. We're coming to you because this is not about popularity to us. This is about getting the word out. This is about us showing you who God is and showing you what we think is coming and what is happening. But my perspective is different than her perspective of that. Okay? And the reason that I can say it that way is because her healing is different than mine. And if you go and you watch her, what I'm saying to you, if you discern, is going to make sense. I do not need to know her testimony. All I need to know is she went through hell at some point in her life. And the reason that I know that is the way that she presents herself, words herself, and the conviction that she has in that moment tells me how real she knows God is. Because she took her deepest, darkest pains, was vulnerable enough to get on there and speak a truth that everybody wants to not believe is happening in the world, and that God is coming. He uses ordinary people who go through things for an extraordinary purpose in such a time as this. And if you watch her, and you've been watching my journey, and you watch the videos that she does, the videos that I do, all the videos that I've been doing, the things I've been saying, she says the same thing deeper. She says the same thing with more boldness, and she says the same. I was a wreck watching her. Why is my purpose not like hers? Why is mine more foofy? Why is mine different? I don't know. But what I do know is that I have to go deeper within, and I have to tell my testimony vulnerable, real, and raw in its entirety that I have never done for my healing. Because if I don't accept the full picture, I can't move forward mentally, physically, and spiritually. I'll be stuck. I don't know what's next. I don't know what's to come. I just know that I now have to obey. And if I tell my whole testimony, I am completely free. My friend Jen said to me, there is a verse that talks about being free in the Bible. She goes, I don't know where it is. I don't even know what it says, but doesn't it talk about something about being free with God? I'm going to share it with you. It's very quick. John 8:31 through 32. Then Jesus turned to the Jews who had claimed to believe in him. If you stick with this, living out what I tell you, you are my disciple for sure. Then you will experience for yourself the truth. And the truth will free you. Now are you awake? I love you all. I'm going to let this process. I'm going to let this sink in. I'm going to enjoy myself for a little while. I'm going to relax. I'm going to veg for a little while. I'm going to do what I need to do because I know what's coming next. Bye.